It is 12:35. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mara Mukwanda, and we are live on Facebook and YouTube. He was arrested during the hashtag Fees Must Fall movements, and it took him 6 years to get a degree. But he never gave up. Instead, he picked himself up and dusted himself off. He strived and thrived. And he is here to share his journey with us because he will also be embarking on a march to Lusaka, Zambia, for to raise funds for students, a student debt. And I've just been notified that we've lost him. But as we try to get back, as we try to reestablish connection, he is Sandile Mdlongwa. And if you have not seen his post on Varsity World, and also there was another website that published part of his story. All right, so there he is. Sandile Mdlongwa is our guest for today. Sandile, assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me. Can you hear me, Sandile? All right, Sandile, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but if you can, please say something. All right, guys, while Sandile tries to re-establish connection with us, if you have any comments or questions for him, you can leave them in the comment section below or send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 061 7660355. And well, I don't blame Sandile. I've also had a bad day of a poor network connection today, but this is why I keep four different SIM cards for times like these. You have to just keep on switching and switching and switching until you find one that actually works and does not disappoint. Let's see if we can get Sandile back. Sandile, are you there this time? Or is it better? Can you hear me? If you can, say something that I'll let you know if I can hear you. All right. While Sandile is trying to reestablish connection with us, why don't you tell us about your Fees Must Fall story? Fees Must Fall has happened, is it 2006 or no? It's been a while, but it happened. And then it also happened recently. And everyone has a story to tell about the Fees Must Fall movement. A movement is so powerful that it garnered a lot of attention, but still not much has been done about Fees Must Fall. Sandile is back. Can you hear me this time, Sandile? And if you can, let us see if I can hear you.
Yes, Ms. Mkwanda, can you hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Alhamdulillah.
Perfect.
Let's continue. Thank you for joining me. Now, your story did not start with the Fees Must Fall movement, but it began way before that. Tell us about it and tell us how you met Uncle Ibrahim Mohammed, who you have paid homage to in the letter that you wrote on Varsity World.
Okay, good day. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sandile Mdlongwa. I'm a master's student at the University of Johannesburg, and I'm a research assistant to the Vice Chancellor of the institution, Prof. Chilitsi Marwala. So, I don't know how to start, Ms. Mkwanda, but it's quite an intriguing story. I think I will try my best, of course, to be clear when I'm explaining or narrating how I met Uncle Mohammed. So I met Uncle Mohammed in 2013. So I wanted to go to university. I had applied and I was conditionally accepted. Usually, when you apply in your grade 12 level or in your metric level, and you apply for the following year. So I did not have money myself for registration, and I wanted to go to the university. So what I did is I went to the nearest police station, that is Kagiso police station, because that is where I am from. So I created this document for donation, you know. So I wanted assistance mainly with the registration fee. Can you still hear me, Ms. Mkwanda, and the listeners?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted donations from people to assist me to raise the 3,817 to register at the University of Johannesburg. So when I went to the police station, at firstly, they were refusing, of course, to assist me, saying that this is unsolicited, they
Mm,
cannot assist on things like this because usually people do such things to go around scamming people. So
mm,
now I had to sit down and explain my story to them. And one of the reasons why I wanted or why I went to police station is because I wanted them to certify, that document of
mhm,
donation so that when I go to people, at least they see that it is something that is existent, it is something that is legit, it is from a position of being genuine, to say that really I'm in a position whereby I need help. So I had to sit for at least 30 minutes, with the officer who was certifying my documents there. And he was asking me about my background, about my family, what is happening, why do I have to come here? So I explained to him the situation that I was facing at home. And
mhm,
you would then move on, of course. He was teary, when I explained to him my story, and he became the first person actually to donate.
mhm,
Officer Mhlongo became the first person to donate on that document and signed. On that document, I had, you know, spaces of signatures, of dates and names. I still remember his name quite clearly, you know.
mm,
And then from then on, I had to do door to door. So I did door to door, and I was explaining to people that I need to raise at least 3,000 something to go to the institution because I've been accepted for LLB. Initially, I was accepted for LLB. So I was going around in my community in Kagiso, in township, and I did not raise much. Um, I then decided to go to the following community in Azadville. I would say it's a middle income residential area. So when I went there as well, I was doing door to door and explaining my story that I want to go to university. Some of the people were insulting me, and some of the people thought that, of course, I fall into that category of scammers, people who just want something without doing anything. I mean, I was also
mm,
carrying my academic transcripts from grade 11 that I used to apply with at the University of Johannesburg. I was
mm,
also carrying the certificates that I got when I went in Robben Island. In Robben Island, I went there because I wrote an essay or a composition, that came out number one in Gauteng. And then I went there and stayed for 1 week to see the cell of Nelson Mandela. At some point, I had breakfast with President Jacob Zuma. That is when I was still in high school. So I used to
mm,
win debates and trophies for my school. You understand? So they will give me these certificates, and I was carrying along these certificates when I was explaining to these people. I managed to raise at least 500 to 600 rand that day. And after working the whole day, and I was tired, and I was wearing my school uniform, then I decided to go to shops. So there's a mini complex in Azadville. This is where
mhm,
they sell groceries and different things. And I decided to go to them, and I didn't get anything out of all of them. And I saw a pharmacy. And I decided to step inside the pharmacy, and I saw this big bellied man, and I went to him right away, and I explained to him that I want to go to university, and I am doing matric. We are going to preparatory examinations. Those examinations that are written in September, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
prior to the final exam. So I wanted to at least enter December having already raised that money, so that at least by January I pay, and then be able to go into university. And then I explained to him, as I was explaining to him, he was listening attentively. And he is
Mm-hmm.
that individual who listens attentively when you speak to him, you know. So I'm explaining to him, okay, this is my story. I'm staying with my father, my stepmother, or my my extended family members,
Mm-hmm.
and they are not in a position to assist me, mainly due to social circumstances and also to economic circumstances as well. Therefore, I really need assistance because I want to be admitted officially in the institution. And then when I was showing him what I have done, for my school and also for myself in terms of achievements, and also all those certificates that I had at my hand, and he asked me, how much have you raised? And I told him that I have raised at least 500 to 600. And then he told me that, okay, leave all these documents with me. When the time arrives, I am going to pay for you. And um, for now, you can take this money that you have raised and you go and buy food for yourself. And then he gave me an extra 1,000 to say that, okay, here's 1,000. You can take this 1,000 and you go and buy clothes for yourself. And from now on, you must come to me every Saturday and I will give you a 500 rands. Every Saturday, I'm going to give you money for you to continuously buy food. But now, don't save out of that money. Just take care of yourself, buy clothes, whatever necessities that you need. And
Mm-hmm.
when the time arrives, not only will I pay for your registration fee, I will also pay for your fees. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, I will be in the top five. Be in the top five for my school. A couple of distinctions I finished. And when the results came, and I went back to him and showed him my name on the newspaper, and he was very happy. But now it turns out that I was number four, in my school, and we have got a GCRA bursary that only cut for number one up until three. You see, so I could not get that GCRA bursary, but now you will be able to pay for my registration fee to go to school. But now I've done exceptionally well because my APS score was 42 or is 42. And
Mm-hmm.
when I go to university, you have got this merit bursary in the institution where they give you a certain amount of your tuition fees based on the aggregate score that you have gotten. So the aggregate score that I have gotten of 42 APS score qualified me at least to be catered for 50% of my tuition fees.
Mm-hmm.
So now, Uncle Mohammed did is he paid the rest of the 50% fees. After the merit bursary around June, paid the remainder of the 50% fees. And now I would be traveling in my first year from home. So Uncle Mohammed not only did he pay for my fees, he also paid for my transportation fares every day, and
Mm-hmm.
also assisted me with an allowance that ensures that I buy food, I buy books, because I didn't have an official bursary, so that I'm
Mm-hmm.
able at least to focus on my studies as well. So that is why I met Uncle Mark from 2013, and he never gave up, until today.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So very
Hello?
heartwarming and
Yes.
over there. And now, that with so little time on our side, I'd like to move on to the march that you are planning to undertake to Lusaka, Zambia, with the South African Six, in honor of the late former president of Zambia, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. Tell us about the aims and objectives of this march, and what are you hoping to achieve?
Mkwanda, I didn't catch that question clearly. I'm having problems with network because there's load shedding here. So can you repeat? Can you hear me clearly from side?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you repeat the question?
Right, sure. The South African Six are planning a march from Pretoria to Lusaka, Zambia, in memory of the late former president, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. Tell us about the aims and objectives of the march, and what are you hoping to achieve?
Pardon?
Tell us about the march the march to Zambia. Tell us about that, and what are you hoping to achieve the march? Sandile, let us try to take this over the phone. If you cannot hear me clearly, we'll try a different medium. And do stay with us. So we'll take a quick short break, and we will continue with Sandile.
Affordable and rewardable. For just 700 Rand in Africa, Gaza 3,500 Rand, South Africa and Yemen 2,000 Rand. You can reap the rewards of your sacrifice. Go on and do your bit to banish poverty. Only the best animals, 100% reliable and guaranteed notice of your Qurbani done. Call 031 1100 573 or visit www.pennyappeal.org.za to book your Qurbani today. WhatsApp 081 407 2753 for more information. Trust us to deliver your sacrifice where needed most, allowing you to reap the rewards of this blessed action. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Africa. As the crisis in Palestine continues, the Africa Muslims Agency teams are on the ground facilitating emergency food and medical assistance to the affected families. Donate 15,000 Rand or any amount and help the people of Palestine. Call AMA now on 083-251-9376 or donate online at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
Once again, Maulana Timol will be doing the annual Qurbani. Many people in the villages live well below the poverty line and only eat meat on the days of Eid al-Adha. Support this cause at 1,785 Rand for 7 shares or 255 Rand per share. Contact Maulana Timol, Maulana Sajjad, Maulana Hamad or Maulana Abbad on 011-852-6324 or 8613. or 072-299-9268. All slaughtering will be supervised by a team of ulama. Visit www.operationqurbani.org.za.
These are the days of Eid. Make takbir wherever you are. These are the days of Eid. Allah.
Add a sprinkling of sparkles to your magical parties and special occasions with colorful party supplies and awesome helium balloons. Celebrate Eid al-Adha in style with our stunning range of decorations, disposable tableware, meat bags and tags, Ziploc and self-sealing bags, refuse bags, polystyrene and foil trays, pallet wrap, Icona wraps, buff and clear tape. Eid al-Adha essentials galore. Be sparkled by our wide range of baking ingredients, baking tools and bakeware. Stunning edible cake decor for Eid al-Adha. Sprinkles and Sparkles Party Shop. You want it all. Open Monday to Sunday. Visit us at 431 Inanda Road, Parlock, Durban, South Africa. call 031 577 0604. Follow us on Instagram at Sprink and Spark and Facebook at Sprinkles and Sparkles.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
It is 12:55. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media, and still with me is Sandile Mdlongwa, who is paying homage to the person who helped him with his studies, Ibrahim Muhammad, whom he referred to as a father figure. I mean, he just stumbled into his shop one day, and this man decided to help him with his education. And also, the South African Six are planning a march from Pretoria to Lusaka. He is one of the South African Six, and they will be undertaking this walk or this march in memory of the late former president of Zambia, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, who passed away last weekend. As he was about to speak to us about the aims and objectives and what they hope to achieve during the march, the network disrupted that, and we are trying to get Sandile back on the line. If you have any questions for him or any comments, you can leave them in the comment section, or you can send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 0617660355. And if you have a story to share your story with us as well. We would love to hear it. Sandile, are you on the line right now?
Yes, I'm on the line, Ms. Mkwanda.
All right, I think this is a better medium. I can hear you and you can hear me clearly. So tell us about the march to Zambia.
Oh, the march to Zambia. Look, we're very cognizant about the issues of academic exclusion, mainly because of finances. So one would say that students are being financially excluded, you see. So you will find that students, most of them are academically able, yet financially unstable. So now, most of us who are part of this campaign to Zambia are mainly coming from the fees must fall generation. And of course, we were genuine. We wanted to see education for our people in society, and that is in line with the document of the ANC 1955, the Freedom Charter, mainly 2.B, which says education must be free, for people in society, right? And we also, of course, recognize in 2.C of that document that the government that will have to come in a new democratic South Africa must establish, a financial aid institution that is going to assist students as well. And we are very cognizant of the 1998 Act of NSFAS, or the realization of NSFAS coming into existence. We are very cognizant of that. But now, the problem is that NSFAS cannot accommodate everyone, or all these bursaries cannot accommodate everyone. But it does not begin to say that those students who are excluded or not accommodated cannot qualify to be in the institution. I mean, I know very good students who are within the parameters of any institution in South Africa, but do not have any bursary. They only entered with their registration fees, and they do very well academically, and you'll find these bursaries that just take few people of them, maybe 5 people or five students per se, right? But it does not begin to say that those students academically are not able, to transcend and go to the next level. You see, so we pushed ourselves to be in a position whereby we want to assist other students from a genuine and an authentic position. That is what we want to do. So we want to raise awareness about the importance of education. We want to raise awareness about the role that was played by philosopher architects of Africa. I call them philosopher architects of Africa. The caliber of Kwame Nkrumah, the calibers of Julius Nyerere, Amilcar Cabral. these are the leaders or the founders of a democratic Africa, or rather an independent Africa, that were advocates of education, that were advocates of youth empowerment. Now, in this case, in the case of the late Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda played a vital role for our democratic South Africa, or for us to reach a democratic South Africa in 1994. And it is quite evident. I mean, when our freedom fighters were exiled, Kaunda would welcome them in Zambia. And that is not only in South Africa, but in all frontline states and beyond. In Zimbabwe, you will have political organizations such as ZAPU at that time, and ZANU. In Zambia, in Tanzania, you had organizations such as TANU. We've got all these freedom fighters who were genuine, and Dr. Kaunda accommodated them, and assisted them. And he was a peace advocate, and he was a philosopher himself. He was an advocate of youth development and empowerment, And if you engage his literatures, not only his autobiography, but also the biographies that are written about him, you will come across with mainly two philosophies, that he explains clearly, or what his policies in his country, even when he was removed out of power by Michael Chiluba, were centered on, His major two philosophies are centered on man-centeredness and humanness, But now, to understand what is meant by man-centeredness, Kaunda argues that a human being in society must be in a position whereby he or she does anything that he or she can to assist and contribute to the growth and development and well-being of that society. This means that you do not have to think for yourself. You have to think for the person that is next to you. And whatever that you do to improve yourself as an individual, it must be good to an extent that it also inspires and assists another person that is next to you. If you are an academic, for instance, and you are writing, whatever that you are writing must not be a theory or whatsoever literature that drives humanity into destruction. That is an example that I make. And on the concept of the philosophy of humanness, yes.
As much as I'd love to continue the interview, unfortunately, time is not on our side. But we will catch up with you once again to talk more about the South African Six and your journey to Lusaka, Zambia. But for now, good luck with your future endeavors, and definitely would like to catch up and chat with you once again. And take care. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Ms. Mkwanda. Have a great day, and also to the listeners as well.
Right, so that was Sandile Mdlongwa taking us through his journey, and very passionate he is about education and, free education rather for all. And they will be undertaking this journey to Lusaka, Zambia. We'll catch up with him for more information, as we are currently in the level 4 of the lockdown, and traveling has been restricted. So obviously they cannot undertake the journey at the moment. But guys, we will be back next week, same time, same place. So do continue listening to Salam Media, and tomorrow it will be Anafisa Dengo taking you through from 11 to 1 p.m. From myself, Maureen Mukwande, and the rest of the team. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.